Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, GTR Math Tutorial at Facebook na RJ Enseñado. So for today's video, we will discuss another 10 items for Civil Service Exam Reviewer for Numerical Reasoning. So I hope napanood niyo na simula sa part 1. Okay? So para sa mga nagre-review nga pala, kung gusto niyo ng mas maraming reviewer, ay pwede po kayong pumunta sa aking channel sa YouTube kasi para dire-diretso may playlist tayo sa YouTube. So ito yung home GTR Math Tutorial ng aking YouTube. Baba nyo lang po 'yan. Makikita niyo yung multiple playlist. Ito word problem set. I-click nyo lang po itong view full playlist at makikita nyo na ang sobrang daming videos tungkol sa mga reviewer para sa civil service exam ng numerical reasoning. Meron po tayong 82 videos. Ayan, bawat video ay may 10 items, 15, 25, meron ding mga 5. Lahat po yan ay set. So napakadami. Kung gusto nyong mag-review ng dire-diretso, ayan. Panoodin nyo lang po yan at siguradong magiging ready na kayo sa numerical reasoning ng civil service. Pwede rin sa LET, ng GenEd, saka sa mga college entrance test. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so number 1, what is the value of x squared minus 2xy plus y squared if x minus y equals 57? Okay, so para masagutan ang problem na ito, kailangan makita nyo agad dito yung expression natin, yung x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Ano bang relation niya dito sa x minus y? Okay? So, di ba kapag in-square natin itong meron tayong formula para sa square of binomial, x minus y squared. Pag in-square natin yan, equal yan sa x squared minus twice the product na itong first and second. So we have minus 2xy plus y squared, which is yung gusto nating hanapin na value. Okay? So ibig sabihin, pag in-square pala natin itong x minus y squared, equal na siya dito. So ibig sabihin, ang gagawin lang natin ay i-square lang natin itong 57 para makuha natin yung value nito. So, ibig sabihin lang pala nun ay 57 square. Okay, so multiply lang natin. Bawal ang calculator, no? So, manual lang natin. 57 times 57. 7 times 7, we have 49. Pwede nyo nang hindi idiretso dahil sayang ang oras, no? So, sa choices, ang 9 lang ang dulo. Ito lang, letter B. So, pwede na natin isagot yung letter B dahil 9 yung dulo nito. So, pakita na lang natin. 7 times 5 is 35 plus 4. So, we have 39. Then distribute 5. So we have 5 times 7. That is equal to 35. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 3. We have 28. And then let's add this. Bring down 9. 9 plus 5, we have 14. Carry 1. 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 8. So we have 12. Carry 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3, 2, 4, 9. That is letter B. Okay, so next number, number 2. Consider set of 5 numbers, x, x, 12, 12, 12. What is x if the average is 8? So, formula ng average ang gagamitin natin. So, ang formula ng average, so average is equal to the sum or the total. Total of scores or numbers. Total of scores over sa denominator natin. Ito yung total na number of scores ito. Number of scores. Or in symbol, same lang yan dito. Ang symbol ng average ay X bar. Ang symbol ng total of scores ay sigma. So this is summation of X over N. So sigma means the total, the sum, summation. Okay? So therefore, just substitute the given to the formula. So given the average is 8. So let's substitute the average is 8 equals summation of X. So we just add this, the 5 numbers. So we have X plus we have 312. So we have 12 plus 12 plus 12 divided by the number of scores we have 5. Okay? Then the question is what is X? So just solve the value of X. So let's simplify this. We can let's simplify. So we have 8 is equal to we have 2x, x plus x, so that is 2x plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, that is equal to 36 over 5. So let's remove the denominator by multiplying both sides of the equation, by 5. Okay? So multiply both sides by 5 so that we can cancel the denominator. So we have 5 times 8, that is equal to 40 equals 2x plus 36. Okay, so put 36 to the other sides by subtracting 36 to both sides. So this will cancel out. So we have 2x equals 40 minus 36, that is equal to 4. Last step, divide both sides by 2. Therefore, the value of x is 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the correct answer is letter C, 2. Next number 3. The ratio of sabon X to sabon Y is 4:6. If the total number of sabon inside the box is 110, how many sabon Y does the box have? Okay, so this is a simple ratio and proportion. So if the ratio of sabon X to sabon Y is 4:6, that means 4 and 6 are multiplied to a same number, and then the total is 110. So therefore, the working equation here is 4. Let's say the number that is multiplied to 4 and 6 are both n. Okay? So we have 4n plus 6n. Okay? So if we add this, the total is 110. Okay, so bakit natin inad? Kasi if the total number of sabon inside the box is 110. So the keyword is total, so therefore the operation is addition. So if we add this 4n plus 6n, that is equal to 110. And we are looking for the number of how many sabon Y. So 4n, this is x, and then 6n, this is the value of y. We are looking for the number of sabon y, that is 6n. First, let us solve the value of n. Okay? So solve the value of n. Let's add this 4n plus 6n. We have 10n equals 110. And then we can divide both sides by 10. Divide both sides by 10. 10 will cancel out. That is 1. So we have n is equal to, cancel the 0. So we have 11 divided by 1. That is 11. Okay, so therefore, the number of sabon Y is equal to 6n. And then we have 6 times 11. The number of sabon Y, 6 times 11, 66, which is letter E. If we are looking for the number of sabon X, the answer is 4 times 11, 44. Okay. The next, number 4. The product of the ages of 3 brothers is 288. If the 2 brothers are twins, what is the age of the other brother? Okay. So this is all about factoring. The product of the ages of 3 brothers is 288. So that means we will just factor 288. And then if the two brothers are twins, so that means the twins have the same age. The question is, what is the age of the other brother? So that means we will factor 288 such that the two numbers are similar, and then the other will this let's put T for the age of the twins. And we are looking for the what is the age of the other brother. So let's put B. So this is what we are looking for, the age of the other brother. Okay, so let's just factorize 288 into 3 numbers. Okay, so let's find the prime factors of 288. So this can be 288. So this is divisible by 4. Okay, so let's factorize this. 288. So let's divide this by 4. So 288 divided by 4, we have 7. 7 times 4, 28. This is 0, bring down 8. So we have 72. So we have 4 times 72. And then 72, we can write 72 as 9 times 8. Okay? And then we have 9 times 8. And then 8, we can factor 8 as 4 times 2. So therefore, we have 288, that is equal to, we can have both 4 for this? 4 times 4 and then times 9 times 2, 18. But 18 is not in the choices. So therefore, 4 is not the age of the twin. So let's try the age of the twin be 8 or it can be 9. Okay, so let's solve the prime factors. So 9 can be factorized as 3 times 3 and then 8 can be factorized as 4 times 2 and then 4 and another 4 here. So we have two fours, and then we have two threes. So this can be the answer because 288 can be written as 4 times 3, that is equal to 12. And then we have another 3 times 4, we have 12. And then the other, this can be the age of the brother, we have 2. 2 is in the choices. So therefore, letter A is the answer. The age of the brother is 2. The age of the twins are both 12. Okay? So 2 is the age of the brother. It can also be what we solved before, but it is not in the choices. So 2 is in the choices. So therefore, the age of the the twin brothers is 12. Okay? So next, number 5. A tree which is 18 feet tall casts a shadow of 5 feet long. At the same time, a pole nearby casts a shadow of 4 feet. What is the height of the pole? Okay, so we will use similar triangle here. So we have a tree which is 18 feet tall. Okay, so let's draw the tree. So this is the tree. Cast a shadow of 5 feet long. Okay, so this is the shadow, 5 feet long. Okay, so let's make it proportional. If this is 18 feet, and then we have 5 feet for shadow. So, okay, 18 feet and then 5 feet. Okay, so this is the diagram for the tree and its shadow. And then at the same time, a pole nearby cast a shadow of 4 feet. So cast a shadow of 4 feet. So this is the 4 feet and then this is the pole. Okay. The question is, what is the height of the pole? So the height of the pole, let the height be x. Okay, so we have two right triangle here. Okay. So we will use similar triangle. So the two triangles here are similar. And then, if the two triangles are similar, their corresponding sides are proportional. So, ang equation natin dito, ang corresponding sides nila ay proportional. So, 18 feet over x, 18 feet over x is equal to 5 feet over 4. Okay? So gumamit tayo ng similar triangle. Ang ratio ng corresponding sides ng similar triangle ay proportional. So ito ang ating working equation, just solve for x. So cross multiply lang tayo. So we have x times 5, we have 5x is equal to 18 times 4. Okay, so we have 18 times 4 is equal to 4 times 8, that is equal to 32. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3, we have 7. Then divide both sides by 5. We can get the answer of 7 divided by 5, that is 1. Okay, so let's write the solution here. 72 divided by 5. We can have decimal here. So it's 72.0. Put the decimal here. 7 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, we have 2. Bring down 2. 22 divided by 5, we have 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract, we have 2. Bring down the 0. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So therefore, the value of x or the height of the pole is 14.4 feet. And that is letter C. Okay, so next number 6. If the pawn rate has gone up to 20% and you now pay 900 pesos a month, how much was the previous monthly rate? Okay, so what is the formula for this? The pawn rate has gone up to 20%. and you now pay 900 pesos a month. How much was the previous monthly rate? So what will be the equation here? We have an increase. So therefore we have the equation is the previous monthly rate plus the increase that is equal to the new rate that is equal to 900 pesos. Okay? So let the previous, we are looking for the previous, how much was the previous monthly rate? Let the previous rate be X plus what is the increase? According to the problem, the increase is 20%. So that means 20% of the previous. So that means 20% in decimal, that is 0.20 or 0.2. 0.2 of the previous. So therefore, 0.2 of x equals 900. So this will be our working equation. So just solve for x. There is an invisible one here. 1x plus 0.2x. We have combine this. We have 1.2x. Okay? Equals 900. Last step, divide both sides by 1.2. Okay, in dividing a decimal, all we have to do is make the denominator whole number by multiplying by 10 or simply move the decimal point 1. Ganon din sa taas, move the decimal point 1. So therefore, x is equal to 900 over 1.2. That's the same with 9,000 over 12. Okay, so let us divide manually. 9,000 divided by 12. We have 7. 7 times 12, that is equal to 7 times 2, we have 14. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1, we have 8. Okay? Subtract, we have 6, bring down 0. 60 divided by 12, that is equal to 5. 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, so just copy the remaining 0. The previous rate is 750 pesos, which is letter C. Okay? Next, number 7. A landlady has a boarding house which is 3,000 pesos per monthly rate for a boarder. Okay, so 3,000 monthly rent for a boarder. If there are 15 students in total, okay, how much income will the landlady earn in half a year? So this is all about a multiplication because 3,000 monthly rate. Okay, so 3,000 monthly rate for a boarder. There are 15 students, so that means we will just multiply 3,000 pesos times 15 students. This will be the income, monthly income for the 15 students. The question is, how much income will the landlady earn in half a year? Okay? Half a year, that means 6 months because a year has 12 months. So just multiply 3,000 times 15 times 6. Okay, so just multiply this 3,000 times 15. So we have, or just multiply this, we can do this mentally. 3 times 15, that is equal to 3 times 15 is 45. Okay, just copy the 3 zeros. So we have 45,000 is the rate of the 15 students. The total of the monthly rate for 15 students. So let's multiply this by 6. Okay? Or let's do this vertically. So 45,000 times 6. Just copy the 3 zeros. 6 times 5, we have 30. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 3, we have 27. So therefore, the income for half a year for 15 students is 270,000 and that is letter A, 270,000 pesos. Next, number 8. The average of 10 boys is 88. The average of the first 7 boys is 85. What is the average of the other 3 boys? Okay, so to solve this, ang gagamitin natin dito yung formula ng combination ng mean. Formula ng combination ng mean, symbol for mean or yung average, what is the average of the 3 other boys? Ang formula nito, we can use n sub 1, m sub 1 plus n sub 2, m sub 2 over n sub 1 plus n sub 2. Ito yung ginagamit na formula kapag combination ng mean. So ang total daw natin, average of 10 boys. 10 boys ay 88. Okay? So ang 10 boys ay 88. So ito yan, average. 10 boys, so we have 88 equals yung n sub 1 plus n sub 2, total niyan ay 10. Or pwede natin isulat dito para magamit natin itong formula n1 m1 plus n sub 2 m sub 2 over n sub 1 plus n sub 2. Pwedeng ilagay natin dito, o nauna yung 7, no? So 7 plus 3 para lang magamit natin itong formula na eksaktong-eksakto. So we have the average of the first 7 boys is 85. So n sub 1 here is 7. And then m sub 1, that is the average of the 7 boys, we have 85. Plus n sub 2, so this is what we are looking for, the n sub 2. What is the average of the other 3 boys? Or we are looking for m sub 2. N sub 2 is 3 because the total number of boys is 10. So we are looking for the value of m sub 2. The mean, m sub 2 is the mean or the average of the 3 boys. Okay? So let's just write m. Okay? And then let's just solve for m. Okay? So 7 plus 3, that is equal to, 7 plus 3, this is equal to 10. And then solve for m. So let's just, to get rid of the denominator, we multiply both sides of the equation by 10. So therefore, we have 10 times 88. We have 880 equals 7 times 85. So let's multiply this. 7 times 5, we have 35, carry 3. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 3, we have 59. And then plus 3n. And cancel the 10. Okay, and then to solve for m, just subtract 595 to both sides. So this will cancel out. So therefore, we have 3m in the right side. Just subtract this. This will be 10. This will be 7. 7 minus 9 cannot be. Borrow 1 from 8. This will become 7. Okay, so we have 7 minus 5. We have 2. 17 minus 9. We have 8. And then 10 minus 5, we have 5. And then divide both sides by 3. Okay, so this is now the final answer. The value of m is, so let's divide this manually. 285 divided by 3. We have 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Subtract, we have 1. Bring down 5. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Therefore, the value of m or the mean of the 3 boys is 95. The average of the 3 boys is 95, letter D. Okay? Number 9, Juan and Pedro are walking in opposite direction. Juan is walking at 1.5 kilometer per hour and Pedro is walking at 3 kilometers per hour. If both of them left the same spot at 4 p.m., at what time will they be 9 kilometers apart? Okay, so let us draw the figure here. If both of them left the same spot at 4 p.m. Okay, so Juan and Pedro left the same spot and they walk in opposite direction. Okay, so let's say Juan go to the right and then Pedro go to the left. Okay, and then they are in opposite direction. At what time will they be 9 kilometers apart? Okay, so this distance is 9 kilometers. The rate of one is walking at 1.5. So rate of one is 1.5 kilometer per hour. The rate of Pedro is 3 kilometers per hour. So the question is, at what time? At what time will they be 9 kilometers apart? So let's just use the formula for distance. The formula for distance is rate times time. So we will just add the distance of Pedro and distance of Juan and equate that to 9 kilometers because their distance is 9 kilometers apart. Okay, so just use this formula. This equal to rate times time. So rate of Pedro is 3 kilometers. Let's multiply to time t because they start at the same time, 4 p.m. So they have the same t, the same time. So 3 times time, we have 3t plus the rate of 1, we have 1.5 times time is equal to 9 kilometers. Okay? So the keyword here is opposite direction. If opposite direction, the operation is just add their distance and divided by the total distance, 9 kilometers. If the in the problem is same direction, if same direction, we have the sign is minus. For opposite direction, the sign is plus. Okay, so that is the shortcut for this type of problem. Okay, so just solve for time t. 3t plus 1.5t, that is equal to 4.5t equals 9. Then to solve for t, just divide both sides by 4.5. So therefore, the value of t is 4.5 times 2, that is equal to 9. So therefore, 9 divided by 4.5, that is equal to 2 hours. Or if we can solve that using a whole number, we have t is equal to, the numerator is decimal, so we need to move one decimal place to the right. Also do this to the numerator. 9 will become 90. Denominator will become 45. And makikita natin, 90 divide, how many 45 are there in 90? We have 2. So the answer is 2 hours. We will add the 2 hours to 4 p.m. They start at 4 p.m. At what time will they be 9 kilometers apart? So 4 p.m. plus 2 hours is equal to 6 p.m. The answer is letter D. Okay, so for our last number 10, Alice is a fresh graduate and works in a business company. The first year of her salary is 240,000 pesos. And it increased 2,400 every year for 3 years. What will be the salary on her fourth year? Okay, so this is just a simple addition. On first year, salary is 240,000 pesos. So this is the first year. For the second year, third year, and fourth year, there is an increase of 2,400. Okay? So just add 2,400, 2,400, and 2,400. So let's just get the total of this. So all are zeros. 0 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, we have 12, carry 1. 2, 4, 6, we have 1, 7, bring down 24. So therefore, the answer is 247,200 ang salary ni Alice on her fourth year. The answer is letter A. Okay, so that's all. So thank you for watching. I hope marami kayong natutunan sa video na ito. At kung first time nyo, huwag nyo kakalimutang mag-follow or subscribe. And comment na rin kayo. Okay, so bye-bye. Good luck sa lahat na nagre-review.